Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. My name's Tanner, and if you haven't seen us before, my wife Amy and I design and make all of the items that we sell. Today I'm going to talk about various ways you can set rivets. We use a ton of rivets in our designs, both structurally and as decorations. Amy designed this piece, hand dyed it, and left most of the rivets and grommets for me to set. And there's over 1,200 of them. We had to use every anvil and tool steel block that we had to set the rivets on a piece like this. On areas that are curved or shaped, we even had to use the horn of our large anvils to close some of the rivets. The finished piece was used in a few of Amy's photo shoots, like this one, and several other photographers have used this core set as well. There are multiple types of rivets and a variety of sizes available for joining most thicknesses of leather together. So I have several different types of rivets on the bench today. This one is a double cap rivet, so both ends are a finished cap. I also have this one, which is a specialty rivet. It has a crystal on the top, and then it has a finished cap for the bottom. And finally, I have this one, which is a rapid rivet or a single cap rivet, and the back is unfinished while the top is a nice cap, like the double cap. To add holes, whether for decorative purposes or to attach 2 or more layers of leather together, you need to use a punch or a drive punch such as these ones. I also have an attachment for my press, which we'll show you later. And then you'll need a mallet of some sort. I have a plastic headed one here and a rawhide. And then you're going to want to have some sort of soft self-healing mat or block. We have this polyurethane one here that I often use for my metalwork as well. There's a cutting board, so that'll work in a pinch, and then the self-healing mat from Tandy on the bottom here. So here we have a variety of tools you can use when you're setting the rivets as well. So I have, of course, my large anvils here on display. We also have much smaller ones too. And then when I'm on the road, I often take just one of these pieces of tool steel, and that works really well when you don't have a lot of space, or if you want to keep your project flatter and closer to the bench. Maybe you're doing something that's got some length to it, or adding some fixtures to a purse. Often you don't want to set it on top of the anvil, so using one of these is a really good option. If you're wanting to keep the curvature for the double capped rivets, they often come with these small anvils. You can also pick up one of these with the multiple sizes. And then I have all my setters here, from the very small to the extra large rivet caps. And you can use these setters with a piece of tool steel or an anvil when you're setting the rapid rivet, as the back is flat on those, so you don't have to worry about it, and you can just put it against something that's just hard and flat. Okay, so I have some 6-7 weight leather here, and I'm just going to punch a hole in it with my rotary punch, and do the same with the second piece so that we can do a demonstration on rivet setting for you. All right, I have the project prepared. I'm just going to add the rivet. Now, some say that you want to have about 1/8 of an inch protruding past the top of the leather. I've gotten away with a little less, but the main thing is that you do want the rivet to be snug in the hole, so don't overdo the size of the hole, and you want to hear the click when the cap catches the ridge on the rivet. I have a multi-size anvil here from Tandy. I'm just going to go ahead and put the cap into the medium space. Put my setter. And the cap is set. And you can hit it a few extra times if you want to snug it up a bit more. For the purpose of this was good enough. And so we've got the rivet set now, and you can do that with the hand setter or with the press. I have a medium long stem rivet here, and you want to make sure when you put these into your project that they're not protruding more than around 1/8 of an inch. Otherwise you could run into a situation where it bends or sets crooked. It's kind of like winding with nails, so you want to be careful of that. You want to make sure that the hole is the right size as well. Otherwise the rivet can end up setting crooked additionally, and in both cases you run the risk of scraping your leather when you cut the rivet back out of the project. I have tried cutting down my rivets before. Sometimes it works, but I found it's better just to buy each length of rivet that I think I'm going to need for all my different projects. So here is one of our specialty rivets that we use sometimes on our corsets, etc. These ones have the crystals in them. A lot of people have asked about this, and the best way I found to set those is not to actually put the setter over top of the crystal. You can sometimes get away with that, but usually you'll crack it or otherwise scuff it. So it's best to put it against something like the polyurethane or something a little bit more forgiving, and then go ahead and put the cap on it and finish it from there. So here I'm doing a rapid rivet, and so I can use a flat surface below the rivet rather than the Tandy anvil. You can see it's nice and flat on the back, and the top is still nicely curved from the setter. So I have both of my rivet setters here. There's the Pro and the regular one from Tandy, and I have a variety of different fixtures here for different sizes of rivets. And as mentioned before, I also have this fixture that works with both presses, and this one you can change out the tip and punch any size of hole that you want. And I found that was really helpful for doing repetitive jobs like the edge of a purse, for example. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video interesting and informative. If you'd like to see more material like this, tutorials, business tips for the handmade industry, and more, please click the subscribe button and hit the little bell for notifications as well.